Today we're going to talk about one of the most alien, most unique, and most unusual instruments. It's called the theremin. And we're also going to talk about how this instrument inspired another person to create other electronic instruments called Robert Moog. The theremin was invented in 1920 by a Russian physicist named Leon Theramin. And this instrument was so revolutionary because it's played without actually touching it. These two metal antennas on a block, they project invisible electromagnetic fields. With your right hand, you can change the pitch by how high or how low you are moving it near the vertical antenna. Your left hand can move closer and further away, and that changes the volume of the pitch. Because there's no frets, there's no keys, there's no valves. You have to be incredibly attuned. You have to have a very good sense of pitch because it's all intuitive. And then it gives this eerie, alien, very unique sound. Pretty quickly, actually, by the 30s or 40s, this lady named Clara Rockmore, she became very good and proficient at playing this instrument, and she would show that it actually could be considered a serious concert instrument. However, at the same time in Hollywood, they also heard it, and they didn't use it as a concert instrument. They used it to actually portray the alien sounds I'm talking about. Something eerie, something strange, something that we don't understand what it is, that would often be played with the theremin. So a decade later, in the 1950s, there's this teenager named Robert Moog. He was absolutely infatuated with the theremin, and he started building them in his basement. And then he started selling them by mail order, and they became more popular. By building them and experimenting with them, Moog was really learning how to control sound coming out of high voltage, and he started experimenting and making other kind of instruments out of it too. Also, by selling these things now as kits, not just as whole instruments already made, it kind of seeded the do-it-yourself electronic music, which people still enjoy today. So doing this, Moog learned how to control sound with an external signal. And what did he do? He transformed it into a modular synthesizer. Instead of waving your hands to try and create the sound, now we have keys like a keyboard to create the same sound, and we have cables that go into it, making an electronic keyboard. After that, so much has happened in electronic music. So in this way, like the theremin, yes, it's a unique instrument and it's really cool and you should listen to it because it is really fun. But the theremin was not just a novelty, right? It was a springboard because through studying the theremin, Mr. Moog then learned how to manipulate it and started creating electronic sounds. Now we have a keyboard. We have all kinds of electronic instruments that we use all the time. Actually, many things are only written through electronics at this point. So it was revolutionary. There is a video on YouTube by a famous theremin performer named Katika Ilenia, and I probably mispronounced that, but she plays Star Trek, and you really should listen to that. It is phenomenal, and she is so good. But even if you don't listen to that, go somewhere and listen to the theremin and just think about all the differences and changes that has made for the music as we hear it now.